what do you need to know before making a real estate purchase in Panama or Belize? And which might be the better choice for you if you're thinking of moving overseas, Belize, Costa Rica, or the Dominican Republic? Hello, I'm Kathleen Petticord. I'm the founder and president of Live and Invest Overseas, and I am here with our resident Ask Him Anything expert, Leif Simon, and we're going to dive into some more of your questions. Let's go straight into, I love these comparisons. I love a chance to compare different destinations because that's what this is all about. If you're thinking of living or investing overseas, making a move for any reason, start with this point. Nowhere's perfect. Nowhere's going to be everything you want. Everything is relative. So it's a lot of comparative analysis. That's what this whole thing comes down to. So Kevin B writes in, I'm nearing retirement in another 3 years. I have 3 choices in mind: Belize, Costa Rica, and the Dominican Republic, but I don't know where to start. I'm totally lost, and I hope you can shed some light on the situation and help me get started. I'd love to come down and visit each place to get a better feel for it. Good plan. I hope this reaches you in good spirits and good health as well, and thanks for all you do and for all your help. I'm a longtime fan. Thank you for that. Thank you for reading, and thank you for your question. All right, Leif. Costa Rica, the Dominican Republic, and Belize. What can we tell Kevin to help give him direction?
Right. Well, what are you interested in? Are you interested in Caribbean beach or Pacific beach? And if the answer is Caribbean, then focus on Belize and the Dominican Republic. If it's Pacific, then focus on Costa Rica, because Costa Rica's Caribbean beach is less developed and less accessible. So there's one starting point. Belize has less infrastructure generally, which most people there think is a good thing. There's no highways. There's no, it's a very laid back, low key kind of destination. Ambergris Caye is the main island beach destination there. So it's fairly small, right? So it's got three main roads. You can't have a car there. Everybody drives a golf cart. So again, laid back, but once you're there, and there's not a lot to move around on. I'm not a big island fan. Dominican Republic, big island, lots of places to drive around to. They've got mountains as well. So if you want to get out of the heat of the Caribbean, you can go up into the mountains, or you can live in the mountains and visit the beach when you want. So multiple options within the Dominican Republic. And Costa Rica, most people go to the south west coast, the South Pacific coast, but there's the North Coast options as well. Consider where you're coming from in the U.S. If you want ease of access, getting to the Dominican Republic is fairly easy from the East Coast, not so easy from the West Coast. Costa Rica and Belize will be a little bit easier to get to from the middle and from the West Coast. And then, how much money do you have for applying for residency? If you're on a budget, Costa Rica has the lowest income requirements from a pension, either Social Security or a pension, which is $1,000 a month to get residency. Dominican Republic starts at $1,500 if you've got Social Security or a pension, and Belize is $2,000. So not that you will want to live on those amounts in these countries. You'll want more, at least in Costa Rica and Dominican Republic. I'm sure $2,000 a month in Belize might suit you just fine if you're not on ambergris. But that's the requirements for getting the legal residency. And if that's all you've got, then that's where you need to look where that fits in.
Okay. You might be thinking about going overseas for a new life, but you also might be thinking about making an investment in real estate, maybe because you need a place to live if you're planning to move, or maybe because you'd like to make an investment, diversify into property outside the United States. And so Kelly W. writes, I'm interested in buying property in Panama. I wasn't able to make it to your show earlier this year in Panama, but I hope to go in 2025, and I'd love to hear your advice. Could you describe the opportunities and costs to purchase something in Panama? Could you give me any direction?
Yeah, it depends on what you're buying for. If you're buying for pure investment, there are different places to look than if you're looking to buy someplace to live in, because obviously you want to like the place, the location that you're living in. Panama City in particular is not super cheap for real estate anymore. It's an international city, with it being the international headquarters for many, the Latin American headquarters for many international companies. And so there's all those expats on expat salaries in Panama City. But you can still find, one-bedroom apartments for under $200,000 in newer buildings. You can find, 3 and 4-bedroom houses in a place like Costa del Este, where the expats mostly live, the foreign workers, for $500 to $1 million or more.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a big range outside of the city beach areas around Coronado is a popular destination, and there you can find one-bedroom apartments for less than $200,000, and either at the beach or have a beach view or a few minutes from the beach, depending on the particular beach and the particular project that you're looking at. And again, prices can go up into the $1 million mark. Further afield, it's going to be hit and miss on prices. You can find local houses in the interior of the country for less than $100,000, probably not to the standards that you're expecting for yourself, but certainly inexpensive properties. Boquete is another destination in the mountains. There, you're looking at mostly U.S. level prices for most things, but in most cases, it'll be U.S. level quality and sizes as well. For investment, and the one thing to be aware of in Panama City is there's no short-term rentals. Nothing can be rented for less than 45 days in Panama City proper. So if you're looking for a short-term rental property where you can use it yourself for part of the year and rent it out the rest of the year, you need to be looking outside of Panama City.
It's a great point. It's really important to keep in mind. And Panama City is not the only place we talk about where that's the case. Some markets have put restrictions in place on short-term rentals. But I think this question gets to a big picture point we make as often as we can, which is you're not going to be moving or buying property in Panama or Belize or Colombia or France or Portugal or anywhere else we talk about. You need to thin slice a destination. That's how we refer to it. And you were getting at that in your question, Kelly. Thank you. But as Leif walked you through, hugely different options. Panama is not a big country,
right,
but the options for lifestyle and real estate purchase and investment are many and diverse, from Panama City to the beaches near Panama City to the Caribbean islands, the Caribbean coast, the Pacific coast, the Azuero Peninsula, inland in the highlands around Boquete, as Leif mentioned. These are very, very different places in all regards. Your whole experience of living would be different, and the cost of living and the cost of real estate would vary wildly, as Leif referenced. In some parts of the interior, you might be able to buy for under $100,000. In Panama City, you could spend $1 million or more on a penthouse apartment.
Right.
So the first step, I think the real point is to narrow your focus. What are you looking for? And then go from there. And we're going to segue, because all these same points apply, to buying property in Belize. And Stephen M. writes, I will be visiting Belize for the first time next month. Was wondering if you could put me in contact with someone on the ground there to make this 1-week visit the most productive for considering the best places to invest in property in this country. I'm more interested in the area called Cayo. I'm not a fan of island life.
Right. So, Cayo's in the inland. It's the mountainous area. It's really hills, but coming from Arizona, the Cayo Mountains are foothills effectively, but it's a little bit higher elevation, a little bit cooler, and you don't have the throngs of tourists that go to Ambergris Caye. So if you're living on Ambergris Caye, you have the high season where everybody's there from the U.S. and Canada, and then it settles out after April or May from the beginning of the year. Cayo, I think they get tourists more year round, and definitely there's a surge in the January, February, March region, but it's more space, and it's not as touristed. And this idea of over tourism is hitting a lot of places recently. But for real estate, there's 1 or 2 developments that you could take a look at. Otherwise, you're looking at buying a house from a local or buying a piece of land and building yourself. So I'm sure our customer service, when they got this, reached out to you directly with our real estate contacts for that. But for both Belize and Panama, we do our conferences in the high season. So we do our Belize and Panama conferences at the beginning of each year, January and February. The month for each switches sometimes. I don't know what 2025 is going to be,
I'm
but
not sure either.
but keep an eye on our website and our conference schedule, and we should be in the next couple of months opening up registration for both Belize and Panama if you're looking to come down and check it out.
All right. Thank you very much for your questions. Keep them coming, please. We're going to be answering questions in this podcast every week from here on out. I'm Kathleen Petticord, and this is Leif Simon.
Leif Simon.
From Live and Invest Overseas. Follow us here on YouTube or visit us on our liveandinvestoverseas.com website. Read our Overseas Opportunity e-letter each day. It is free. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care.
Bye, everyone.